أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. This is lesson 5 on the course إرشاد الطلبة إلى التمييز بين القراءات العشرة. We are learning to discern between the 10 قراءات. Previous lesson we looked at Mad Lean, we also looked at Mad Badal, which was applied for Warsh. Today we're looking at the rules of Ra'at, the rules regarding the letter Ra. So the Ra will be read full with tafkhim in the normal riwayah of Hafs when it has a fatha or a dhamma. If it has a kasra, it will be read flat. So you have a ra instead of a ra, it will be read full as a ra, and ru, full. Kasra, ri, will be read flat. What about if it is sakin? If the ra has a sukoon, then you must look what comes before, what precedes the ra. If it is preceded by a fatha or a dhamma, then it will still be full. Ar and ur, it will be full. But if it is preceded by kasra, it will be read flat. Ir. There are exceptions to that for the riwayah of Hafs, but the general rule, it will be read flat. Those same rules that we apply for Hafs, it applies for most of the other Qurra as well. Again, however, it is Warush that will have a change over here. In the case where the Ra has a Fatha, or it has a Dhamma, we saw before that a Kasra cause the Ra sometimes to become flat. So here, the Kasra will still be that cause, even though it's not Sakin, even though it has a Haraka, it has a Fatha or Dhamma, the Kasra before it, or the Ya Sakina in the same word that comes before, will cause the Ra to become flat, tarqiq, instead of full tafkhim. So you have an example in the word kafirah. What we're looking at over here is the Ra that has a Fatha, and before that is a Kasra. So you have a Kasra, then a Ra with a Fatha. So you have kafirah instead of kafirah. We have wazira. Here, the Ra, it has a Fatha. It is preceded by a Ya Sakina, which is a letter of mad. So we have wazira instead of wazira. Over here, we have the Ra that has a Fatha, preceded again by a Ya Sakina, but this time a letter of Lin. So the examples of the show, it doesn't matter whether it's a letter of Lin or letter of mad. Ya Sakina being preceding the Ra maftuha or madmuma in the same word will cause it to be flat for Warsh. So you will read al-khayrat instead of al-khayrat. So those three examples all had a fatha. The next three examples, they all have a dhamma. You have the dhamma on the Ra, and preceding that is a kasra. So the Ra madmuma, it's much harder to hear the difference, right? The difference is very slight between the Ra madmuma and that is full and flat, whereas the Ra maftuha, that's full and flat, can very easily hear the difference. Ra and Ra can very easily hear the difference, but in Dhamma, you'll have to listen a bit more carefully. So the normal recitation, full, yubashiruk, flat, yubashiruk. The differences here will be when reading through, okay? If you stop, they will all read the same, all read flat. They have nadhirun, it has a dhamma, and preceded by a ya sakina, which is a letter of mad. So nadhirun normally, but for Warsh, nadhirun, you have the Ra madmuma, and yet is preceded by a ya, which is a letter of lin. So again, doesn't matter whether the ya is ya sakina, that is lin or mad, the same rule will apply. So you have khayrun for the normal recitation, khayrun for Warsh will be flat. So Warsh has a number of exceptions to this rule of reading the Ra flat. Some words where it's an exception for me is Israel. You will read the Ra full as normal. Sirat in the Fatiha, and in everywhere else in the Quran will be read full. Firara, the Ra will also be read full. But for simplicity's sake, we're not going to discuss anything further regarding the exceptions. We just want to know where does it apply it full. Sorry, where does it apply it flat instead of full. So we will let happen. What we're going to highlight here in this particular exercise is the Ra that has a Fatha or Dhamma, and preceding it is a Kasra, or preceding it, coming before it is a Ya Sakina. Whether that is Maddiya or Lin, it doesn't matter. So you can pause the video at this particular point and then resume once you've completed the exercise. The first one over here. Okay, so that's the first part of the exercise, to identify where the change will happen. Second part is now to listen to the recitation. So when you hear this being applied, the ra being read flat instead of full, you know it is the riwayah of Warsh. It will be very easy to hear the difference, and it is maftuha. We have to listen a bit more closely when it is madmuma. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قولا غير الذي ولا بكر عوان بين ذلك هو خير اهبطوا ذلكم خير لكم أولئك هم الخاسرون لكم الأرض فراشا وإنها لكبيرة إلا على الخاشعين والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون. As in the previous exercises, there were other changes applied in this particular exercise for Warsh that we haven't covered yet, but you should only focus on the ones we've highlighted. The lesson for today was the Ra being read with tarqiq, even though it is maftuha or malmuma, and preceded by kasra ya sakina in the same word. Warush will apply the Ra as being flat. When you hear that being applied, then you know it is the riwayah of Warush. You can use the website provided here by clicking on the link or scanning the QR code to listen to these surah, and try and do it just by listening and not looking at the mushaf, and try and practice by listening to as much more as you can. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.